Well, hello, engaging speakers, Voices of Truth authors. I am so excited that we are moving forward right now, and things are going really fast. They will be for the next week or so, and then it will slow down again. So I'm hoping you all can be super responsive to Jessica and all of the things that we need to do to get this step of the process wrapped up. Right now, we are at the point where we have received back many of the sign-off forms as far as the stories being perfect, ready to go, and Monday is the deadline. So we really need to make sure that everybody gets their stories in by Monday. Once we do that, we will be sending the files directly to the printer. Now, I explained on one of the calls that right now in the printing industry, just like everything else in the world, things are a little stressful. Paper is high, the price of paper is high, and my printer kind of warned me a couple weeks ago that we may end up by incurring a higher cost in our books. And so he's been doing a few things and working out the details. In the past, we paid anywhere between $4 to $5 per book as far as the wholesale price. And so I was kind of afraid that this was going to be a situation where we're going to be charged like $6 per book or higher. But what he did is he actually got a hold of, because we've been working with this guy for a long time, and he ended up by getting us, I think, fairly decent pricing. It's a little bit more than we normally pay, but not a lot. Plus, this book is bigger than any of the books I've ever done with the co-author type of a model, about 50 pages more, which will have it cost a little bit more, but it will also you will also have a book that's a little more thicker and substantial, and I feel more impressive. So that's kind of a great thing. So we got the best pricing that we think we can get. I did check with on-demand printing. We did a couple other options, which we could do, but it will end up by cost a lot more with the shipping process of it all. So the pricing will be based on the quantity of books that you purchased, and you may be able to get in at the very best price, depending on your quantity, at $4.75, but right now it's probably going to be between $5 and $5.75 are the costs of the books. So once you have the sign-off form complete, Jessie is going to get that order form over to you. We're going to actually hold off on the t-shirts a little bit because we want to make sure that we get the files over to the printer, and we want to get this order in ASAP so we can hold the pricing. So get the order form back to Jessica. And then once that happens, we will be able to breathe again. And because that is our next step of really promoting your book, I want to give you a few ideas on what you would possibly want to buy books for. Because I know it's hard for you all to really know. You've never done this before, or at least most of you, and it's hard to anticipate how many books you're going to want to order based on how you're going to use them. You want to make sure that you leverage this opportunity to the best you can and really maximize every opportunity you can to sell a book, or better yet, get a client. So I've got 11 ideas of ways that you can use the book, and which would hopefully help you get a better understanding of how many books to order. So first of all, we're going to have a good 4 to 5 weeks until you get the books in your hand. So we're still in the pre-order phase. And the first thing you want to do is connect with your friends and family. They're going to want to support you. They're going to want to buy your book. So connect with everybody you know as a friend and a family. So first step, just like anything else, connect with your friends and family. The next thing you're going to want to think about is how you're going to bundle this book as a package within itself. Meaning, now of course you can bundle it with other things. I'm going to get to that later. But just for your book, you can bundle it with the paperback, with the PDF, as well as the audio version of your book. And that is simply going into Zoom or using your phone to record in your voice the narrative of your story. And so we've had a lot of our authors do that in the past. The book typically charges $29.95. The PDF, the ebook is $9.99. And so did I say 29? No, the book is $19.95 and the PDF is $9.99. And so you can do a bundle for $29, right? $29.95 that includes all of them. And so people will buy that from you, get the digital assets, which is the PDF and the audiobook, and then you will mail them an autographed copy of your book when it arrives. That's one option. So now we've got friends and family and then the bundle. And then the next thing that you can do right now is have it be an upsell with your lead magnet. Because the free gift that you're giving away with your book is great, but don't only use that for your book. Let's use that between now and then to drive traffic to your website. Talk about how excited you are. Talk about your story. Use all of the ideas that I shared in that resource on the author portal, right? The author resource page. Use all of those ideas to get attention in the marketplace. Then you want to get them on your list. So don't think you can't use that free gift. Now you can. And don't worry about the fact that your people are going to then get your book and then see the same free gift. Don't worry about that, because they're going to be able to get 24 other free gifts from all of the other people in your book. Use your free gift. Just exhaust it between now and 6 weeks or 5 weeks when that book gets in your hands. All right, so now those are a few ideas that you can do right now. Then we're going to have the Amazon campaign, and we're going to really be strategic in when we do that. It's too soon to know. I will know better when we're going to plan that, when we get closer. And we're going to look at Jen's schedule, how her team is going to be able to market it effectively. We're going to look at when the books are going to come in, and there's a lot of other variables we're going to look at. But when we do that campaign, you're going to have a lot of additional eyeballs on your business. So that will be the fourth thing that you're going to do. You're going to use the aftermath of the Amazon bestseller campaign to now sell books, because you're going to be posting like crazy all over social media about the campaign and what we're doing and all of that. And what you want to do then is connect with all of the people that comment on your posts and say, hey, I'd love to send you an autographed copy. I know some of our authors, well, first of all, many of our authors have gotten hundreds of dollars in pre-orders before their books even arrived, and that helped them pay for the books because they got the money in their pocket now. And then they got a ton more of orders from commenting during the Amazon promo. So think about that as far as how many books you're going to need when you place your order with Jessica early next week. All right, now you have the books in your hand. What do you do? So I'm going to give you, I think, 5 ideas of what to do then. First of all, one of the things you're going to want to do right away is a book debut. You're going to debut this event. You can either have an event at a local bookstore, you can have multiple events, or you could do an online debut. You know, with COVID right now, not everybody is comfortable going out. And one of our authors 2 books ago did this amazing online event, and it was really a debut of her book, and she scheduled it. She invited a bunch of people. She did like an online thing like this. She interacted with the people that joined her, and it was a lot of fun. You can even do an online Zoom event where it's not broadcast online, but you record it and then you share that into your social media channels afterwards. But that debut is a really great way to drive traffic and eyeballs on you and your business, and of course your story. All right, then you're going to want to have multiple book signings. Now, with the debut and the signings, the whole goal of them is to sell books, to get people to know you, get them to like and trust you, get them to learn about you through your story. And so a debut is what you're going to do initially when it launches, and then you can do a book signing many times after that. And that's where I would hit up your local bookstores. I know I've even heard of some of the Barnes & Noble's stores allowing people to go in and do book signing. So check out every opportunity available. Libraries will allow you to do that. Local coffee houses love doing book signings, because what that does is it gives them exposure because you're promoting the event, and now it gets more foot traffic in their door. So think about ways that you can use that in local venues as well as online venues. Then you're going to want to think about speaking. We're all speakers, and our goal is to have, I don't know how many speaking events this year. I don't know what your goal is, but my goal is to have 5 every month, whether it's online or offline, at least at first, and then bump that up. But every time we speak, we want to sell books. So think if you're selling 10 books at every event, which is, I think, pretty conservative. If you go to an event and you've got 20 people in the room, you'll probably sell more than 10. But think about how many books you're going to need when you go to speak. Right now, in our business, well, and with our model, right, we're going to speak for free because we have other ways that we can make money on the back end by getting clients. I would say almost every speaker, even if you're speaking for free, will allow you to have a little table where you can set up your books and people will want to buy your book from you. So think of every speaking event you're going to want to do in the next year. Make sure you have enough books for those, as well as client gifts. I love this. Now, this is not a sale, but what this is going to do by giving one of your clients a gift of your book where you sign and make a special note to them is it's going to create that loyalty with them, which will hopefully have them be a repeat client or which is the best scenario, a referral partner. I know I am constantly sending signed books to my clients because I know that they love that. It's just something little that will really create goodwill. And then they read my story. Because when I work with my clients, I don't necessarily talk about myself. My goal is to talk about them, help them, support them, and learn their story. But now once they've got my book, they read my story. Now there's that other layer of connection, which is why we did this, right? We want people to get to know us and use our story as that kind of like that piece that makes us real and authentic and vulnerable, and that people will be willing to or wanting to work with us. And then another thing would be having this be included as a bonus to whatever products and programs that you offer. Sales pages will give you the opportunity to add an upsell item on there. Or when you create your sales page and you list all of the bonuses, put your book on there. So think about how many of your clients, when they're purchasing from you, will love to have that additional book. Maybe they're paying for coaching, right? Part of the coaching is they're going to get your book. And they're already paying you, a couple $1,000s or whatever, hundreds of dollars, whatever it is they're paying for your coaching services. That just makes them feel better investing in anything. I mean, who doesn't like to get a little added bonus onto something that they purchase? So those are just a few ideas of ways that you could possibly use your book in the marketplace, hoping that will give you a better idea of how many books you will want to buy right now. I will let you know that in the future, when you run out of books, we can always get more. In the past, those books have been $6 per book cost. But now with the way everything's going on, at least for a while, I don't know if that price is going to go up. And honestly, typically when prices go up, they don't necessarily always come back down. So keep that in mind. I have no idea. My suggestion is to buy as many books that you think you're going to need right now with your order. And if for some reason you weren't budgeting this in to handle this next week and you want to get so many books, but you need to maybe break it into 2 payments, I'm completely okay with that. I'm willing to be flexible and help you with this process. My only goal is to make sure that you get what you need. Oh, thanks, Judy. Okay, so I've got a comment here. I was told that at first I should only order 10 books at the most because you never know that even after you proofread it once, it may have errors. Well, I will tell you, Judy, So with my personal books, I have done reprints where I have gone back like a year later and redid the book and I got some testimonials in there. Right now, that's not in the plan for Jen to do that. So at this point, we're not going to be doing reprints. That may change in the future, but at this point, we're going to do the one set of printing, and that is it. So that's why it's so important for everybody to look over their stories super thoroughly. I know our editors looked over the stories. Jessica's read them. I've read them. Hopefully you've let people read them on your end. And then now you're going to have one last chance before it does go to print to do one last look-see. So hopefully that helps Judy answer that question. And if anybody has any questions other questions after they've watched the video, please put them in the chat, but please tag me. Put my name in there so I can see that and I make sure I get back to you promptly with a answer. You can also tag Jessica. She would be able to answer any questions you have as well. But we just really want to make this a comfortable process. We want to make sure that you feel completely educated about how to move forward with anything related to the ordering process of this. I do tend to always order a few books more of the books that I produce. I don't plan to order extra inventory of this particular book because it's not my book, it's Jen's book. So she may want to order extra inventory. I don't know. I'm thinking, knowing Jen, that she may not, but I don't really know. So there will be future opportunities to order more books, but at this point I would make sure that you secure as many books that you feel you're going to want right now when you order your books. So reach out to me if you have any questions. Hopefully you found this to be informative, and hopefully it maybe sparked an idea with you on things that you never thought of before. So, all right, after this, okay, so once we get the books to the printer, then we can breathe again. This is when you do your marketing. We're going to be connecting with Jen's team and see what she's going to be doing to market the book. And we're going to be getting the t-shirt order forms over to you. We have that ready, but because all of this kind of got together so quickly and we got this great pricing back from the printer, we wanted to put the t-shirts on hold for a little bit and really focus on getting these book orders in. So reach out to me if you have any questions, and we will see you on the next call. Thanks everybody, and thanks Judy for asking those great questions. Thanks. Bye-bye everybody. See you soon.